here 4.5 years ago, there was a little plot of tilled soil in my backyard. And when I came to meet you, I was so excited because I thought I can actually have a garden where I don't have to worry about snakes because I didn't think they'd come up that far. And I could just literally plant things and weed, and I could see some produce coming out of my garden that we could eat and enjoy. And so some of you might remember I came early and I planted some tomatoes and some zucchini and some peppers because I wanted them to be ready at the proper time. I was preparing the soil. And I was so excited. And I shared this excitement with my husband, who has gardened all his life, and he said, well, you have a good time with that, but it's your garden. And I was okay with that. It wasn't especially big, and I thought, I can go out and I can pull weeds, and when I pull weeds, I'll be pulling out the sins of my life. I'll symbolically say, yes, Lord, I know, I've been dealing with that, and I really need I need to let that go. And so this was going to be a spiritual experience. I was so excited. And so as my garden grew, unfortunately, this thing called weeds grew too. And every day didn't seem like enough, that I had to go out and I had to keep pulling weeds. And then I got busy. And so the weeds seemingly grew bigger than the tomatoes. And I remember Robert and Barbara would look over, my neighbors, and they'd look over and they would just chuckle because I was so excited about this garden, but things just weren't growing as well as what I had hoped. It wasn't the Miracle-Gro soil that I really planned on. And so I decided that I needed to be discipled. I needed to be mentored in this thing called gardening because I'm a city kid. And so I started asking questions. And one of you said, well, you know what, if I come and I till your soil early, like around now, then your soil will be aerated and that will help in the growth. And I said, great, thank you so much. And so the next year, I planted thinking, now surely this is going to be the trick I needed. And my zucchini just grew so lovely. I mean, I had leaves this big, and zucchinis, the blossoms were so pretty, and I was starting to get zucchini, and I kind of tucked them to bed at night. You know, each night I'd walk out and I'd water a little bit, and then I'd go to bed because I was sure the next day, I was going to have these great big zucchinis. And then one day I went out of my garden, and my zucchini was gone. Now I need to tell you, I'm not kidding you, it was gone. We're not talking about leaves that were laying on top of the soil. No. Zucchini was gone. It was like someone just went out and pulled it out and took it away. And I was like, where'd my zucchini go? There was no evidence of a zucchini. Has anybody had this experience? Thank you. See, I'm not lying. God has been there. And so I needed to be discipled again. I'm like, what is going on? So I found some good farmers in the congregation. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. But like in just 12 hours, my zucchini, someone took my zucchini. And they said, well, we'll tell you who took your zucchini. It's called a Jonah worm. A Jonah worm? I'd never heard of a Jonah worm. But I thought if it took my whole zucchini, it was this great big monster worm. And it was underneath the ground. I mean, I could just see it. It's hard to get it out of my head. And it would just come, and then it would go, boom, and it would just take my zucchini. I was sure that this worm had to be like this big. And I'm afraid of worms because they're like little snakes. So I don't want anything to do with a Jonah worm. So I had to be discipled again. And I was like, what do you do for a Jonah worm? So we ended up at Lurgan, and they said, well, now here's some dust. And if you put the dust on your zucchini, then that will get rid of the Jonah worm. And I said, well, what does a Jonah worm look like? Like, how big is he? Well, actually, a Jonah worm is microscopic, little white, nasty-looking things, but there's thousands of them. And at night, and only at night, they come out, and they just literally cover the plant, and they eat it. That's where my zucchini plant went, in the belly of many, many Jonah worms. Well, by the third year, I was really busy. And I put my plants in, and I just think magically they're just going to grow, right? I throw a little Miracle-Gro on them every once in a while, and I water them every once in a while, but then this thing called temperature and climate has to mess with me, and it would get really dry, and I feel badly that, well, I don't want to water my garden when we have people whose wells are going dry, so I wouldn't water it, and I would just hope that they would grow, and then we get this thing called dry rot. Oh my goodness. So, my tomatoes are only about this big now with great big black spots, so I might get a little bite out of the tomato, and so in year 4, I've decided I'm done with gardening. I'm done. I'm done. I figure enough of you garden and you're good at it, I'll ask you for some vegetables. And you see what that really clearly heart is I'm really not committed to this thing called gardening. I mean, I like the produce, I like the end result, but the work it takes to get the garden tilled. And then the one year someone said you need manure. So I had to go over and get manure. I'm a city girl. Manure, I'm like, can I put it in my car?
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't come in bags, folks. Tan bark can come in bags. And so we had to get a trailer and then this great big scoop of manure. I was trying really hard not to think about what it really was. And that went on the garden. And you try different things and you're sure, okay, so that will do it. I won't have to do anything because that's the trick. That's going to make great tomatoes and great zucchini and great peppers. But it wasn't enough. Because I found to be a gardener, I have to be wholly committed to this thing called gardening every day. I have to be reading, I have to be talking to people, I have to be planting, I have to be looking at my soil. Someone told me that I really need a master gardener. Now I need to take a sample of my soil and I need to send it to the Penn State Extension. Why? It's not going to happen. Because what I say is, it's really not worth it. Now, the spiritual implication, I hope, is settling in your soul. Because many of us, me included, talk and think about following Jesus. And we say, well, what is this thing called following Jesus? Like, really, I mean, we're in the season of Lent, and we're supposed to be preparing our soil, so we're preparing our soul. So what's it mean to prepare the garden of my life to follow Jesus? And truth be told, most of us say, well, I want to be somewhat serious about following Jesus. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a commitment, and I'm going to be in church every Sunday. That's what following Jesus looks like to me. I'm just going to be in church every Sunday. And you come to church every Sunday. And if you open up your hearts, what you'll hear is Jesus speaking in your heart saying, I want more. I want more. And then you'll struggle with that a little bit. You'll say, well, okay, maybe Jesus wants more. So now I'll put something in the offering. I'll really start to get committed with my resources, and maybe I'll even work up to a tithe, the 10%. And that's what following Jesus is. And you might do that. You might feel good about doing that. But if you open up your heart and you put that money in the offering plate, you're going to hear Jesus saying, I want more. I want more. And you might be, truth be told, like, you're kidding. Now, I'm giving you a tithe and I'm coming to church. Like, isn't that what a follower of Jesus does? But you might think about it and you might say, well, okay, so maybe I'll take this thing that Pastor Jan keeps saying about we have to be in ministry and mission, and I'll get involved in a ministry of the church. Surely that should be good enough. And again, I want more. Well, maybe I'll work and I'll go to Carlisle Cares a Saturday a month, and I'll help make breakfast for people that don't have homes. I want more. And after a while, you might get frustrated, like I get frustrated with my garden, and say, you know what, this is just too hard. It's too hard. And so maybe I just don't want to do anything about following Jesus. In reality, what Jesus is telling you and telling me when he says, I want more, is that he wants all of us. He wants us to be so deeply committed in a love relationship, not in an obligation, not in all the do's and the don'ts that we make religion out to be, but in a love relationship with Jesus, with God, with the Holy Spirit. And he wants to rejoice over us. And he wants to be able to talk to us and have us listen and to be in this beautiful relationship. And so when we come to this scripture this morning, we kind of see some of our own obstacles. For Jesus is very determined to go from northern Galilee and to go to Jerusalem. In fact, it says he's resolutely going to Jerusalem. Now, that was a 68-mile walk from northern Galilee to Jerusalem. And so I can imagine that he would have encountered a lot of people that would have heard about him, would have been interested in him, maybe people that would have said, maybe I'd like to be a follower. And we find that Luke tells us about 3 people that Jesus encounters. Now, the first one has a problem or an issue with decision. And just let this speak into your heart this morning, because I believe that we can find ourselves in each one of these people. The first man sees Jesus, and he says what? I will follow you. Do you remember the word? Wherever you go. Now, I need you to say that aloud, because I need you to just hear that you're saying that. Ready? Say it. I will follow you wherever you go. Good, because you just said that to me. So I think right now we're going to get up and we are going to go down to the creek or crick, and we're going to put our feet in the water, okay? Because what did you just say? I will follow you wherever you go. And then once we get our feet in, and I might just show you how to do it. Once we get our feet in, then we're just going to lay down in that water. Because I will follow you wherever you go. Wow. It really makes you think about what this man said. And Jesus kind of pushes back, not so much on the I will follow you part, but on the wherever part. I mean, it says a lot when you're going to tell someone, I will follow you wherever you go. I said that to God when he called me into ministry when I was only 19 years old. At the same time, he called my would-be husband. And we both committed, and we said we would follow Jesus wherever he went, wherever he led us. And we were so excited to do so. And I decided that probably the way that I was going to follow is to follow my husband, and I was going to be probably a pastor's wife. And that would be my calling, and I was happy about that. What I didn't realize, though, is that the call was going to be somewhat sacrificial. And I didn't know about sacrifice yet in my young life. I thought that because I followed Jesus, that my life was going to be kind of picture perfect, and God was not going to allow anything bad to happen to me. And so growing up, we moved every 4 years because my dad was in a job that he would get a promotion and we would leave and we'd go someplace else, and I hated it. I was an extrovert, but I hated saying goodbye to people that I had come to love. And so at the last move, I said to my parents, now you know what, we live in Doylestown, and the next step is going to be college, and I'm going to settle down, I'm going to marry somebody, and I'm going to live there the rest of my life. I'm going to have a home, and I'm never going to leave. And then came God's call. I will follow you wherever you go. And in the United Methodist system, we have this funny word called itinerancy. It means you go when the Spirit tells the cabinet and the bishop that you go. I wasn't ready for that sacrifice. See, I was probably that man that said, I'll go wherever you go, and Jesus would have to have said, Jan, do you realize where you're going? And most of the time through ministry, I resented the fact that I would go to a church and I would fall in love with my brothers and sisters in Christ, and then I would have to say goodbye. And it hurt tremendously. But that was what Jesus meant when he asked me, will you go? Wherever I go. And so he looks at this man, and this man was a scribe. He was a religious leader. And so remember, a religious leader, he had a home. He was prosperous. He earned a living. He had security. And Jesus is asking him, are you willing to go wherever I go? Because his response is what? Foxes have dens. They have a place to go. They have a hole to go to. Birds of the air have what? Nests. And then he says, but you see, the Son of Man doesn't even have a place to lay his head. I have to stop and pause at that truth. That the very creator of the universe, who could have anything that God wanted, chose not even to have a place to lay his head. Didn't have a home. Didn't have extra clothes, didn't have extra food, didn't have security, didn't know where the next meal was coming from, but he trusted his Father for everything that he had. That's an incredible trust. And Jesus is reminding the man, are you willing to go where I'm going? Do you really mean what you say when you say, I will follow you wherever you go? Now, the second man that Jesus sees is a man that actually Jesus invites. This is a little different. Jesus looks at this man and he says, come follow me. It's the invitation that we hear even today. in your prayer lives. I hope you hear Jesus saying, your name, and come follow me. Come be in relationship with me. I want a friendship with you. And so Jesus invites him, and man says, sure, that sounds like a great idea. I'll be glad to. But first, could I go home and bury my father? Now, I hope that you had an eyebrow raised when you heard Carrie reading you that scripture. I hope that you were critically thinking, what's wrong with that? Isn't that, we're supposed to honor our families, isn't that the right thing to do? I mean, at least let's go bury the father and then go follow Jesus. But if you lived in that century and you were hearing this story, you would have known what's wrong with that response. And that is that no Jewish person would leave their father if they had already died. You don't leave the body if you're a Jewish person. So it was real clear to the hearers, it was real clear to Jesus that his father had not died. And what this man was saying is, I'll follow you after my father dies. And so there's a condition on following. Well, I'll follow you if and when this happens. And what does Jesus respond? He says, let the dead bury their own. Come and follow me. You see, we put conditions on how we're going to follow Jesus. We say, not yet. I'll follow, but not just yet. I have a friend that I met in one of our churches, and he made an incredible living. He did some real specialized work. And in the ministry that we had in that church, he felt a call to follow Jesus. And he discerned that call, that it was a call somehow into ministry, whether it be a pastor or something, but he definitely felt the call. And so he came and we talked about that call, and he was trying to discern that call. And he made this decision. I think that I want to follow Jesus, but I'm going to wait until I retire. And I said, why is it that you would wait until you retire? And he said, well, because I'm really making good money, so I can save up for my kids to go to college, and I can save for my retirement. And then when I retire, I will be free, and I'll be financially free, and I can follow Jesus. What sadness. What sadness I felt over that man's life. For now, as I check in with him, he's retired. He has a great 401k. And he doesn't have the urgency nor the passion to follow Jesus in full-time ministry. You see, friends, when God calls you, he wants you to respond. And he wants you to respond now, even when it's not convenient, even when it doesn't make sense to you. He's asking us, will you say yes? And many times you and I say, sure we will, but, sure we will, but, sure we will, but. And but is not part of the conversation when we have a loving relationship with Jesus. Jesus takes the but out. There is no greater joy in giving up that part of my life that I didn't want to surrender. It was a big but. Lord, I want to follow you, but I don't want to move ever again. And I have had the opportunity to know the hearts and the minds of so many people in so many different places. Kingdom people that I will see again, that have richly made my life what it is today. If I would have said, but, I would have lost the joy of following Jesus. Now there's a third man. And the third man says, Jesus, I want to follow you. But let me go back and say goodbye to my family. What's wrong with that? It's seemingly, what's wrong? We ought to have closure. We ought to say goodbye to some of those things before we actually turn and follow. But Jesus is going to the heart of authority here. There was a missionary that I met when I was in Haiti. He was a doctor, and he wanted to go up in the hill country of Haiti and to distribute medicine and to try to heal in the name of Jesus. But as I talked to him, he began to cry, and he said, you have to understand, my family lives in New Jersey. And he said, they don't want me to do this. They want me to stay in New Jersey where I'm safe. They want me to be here. They don't want me to be here. They want me just to be with them. And he said, every time I go home, I am torn. It just hurts so much And I feel like they're pulling at me on one end, and Jesus and Haiti is pulling at me from the other. And he said, I've decided that I can no longer go home. Because I've made Jesus Lord of my life. And he's the one that I follow. Can you imagine if you went home and you said, I think God is calling me to Haiti or to someplace else? Your family most likely would try to talk you out of it. They would say, let's think about this. Let's pray about this. We don't want to lose you. We love you. We want you to be part of our family. We might never see you again. And Jesus knew that if this man went home to his family, he would never return to Jesus. And so we have that challenge before us. How important is Jesus in your life? How important is Jesus? And how much are you willing to trust him? I'll follow the Lord, but I'll witness for the Lord, but has to be the right person in the right circumstance. I'll give to the Lord, but I need this amount for over here. I can't risk my savings. I can't risk my tenth. I'll serve the Lord, but I have to have some time for myself. I have to have some time for the things that I want to do. It reminds me of the story of a man who was sitting at the Super Bowl game. There was a seat right beside him. These were the best seats in the house. And someone sitting on the other side of the man said, wow, you've got great seats, and you've got an empty seat here. And the man said, yes. He said, that's my wife's seat, but she died. And he said, well, I'm really sorry to hear that, but I can't imagine that your family or your children or a friend wouldn't want to take that seat. Like, why aren't they here? And the man said, well, because they insisted on going to the funeral. I just saw someone's eyes in the back go, see, we have a problem with this thing called determination. We want to say we're determined, don't we? I mean, I think that if I would speak individually to each one of you, and I would say, do you want to follow Jesus? You would say, yes, Pastor Jan, I do. It gets a little muddy when it gets particular. It gets a little muddy when there's an obstacle or a sadness that comes into your life and you start to question God, as many of us do. It gets a little harder for us to say, I'm going to follow Jesus, but I don't understand Jesus, and I don't understand Jesus' way. We become less determined. It's so easy for us to be distracted. And yet Jesus says, will you follow me? Because if you follow me, you are following love. And love will never lead you astray. Love will never lead you alone. Love will never lead you down a road that you cannot cope, because I will be walking that road, coping for you and with you. Jesus was asking these people to be disciples. That means learner in Greek. And to be a disciple with a rabbi meant this. You learned from him. You slept with him. You ate with him. You did everything with him. You never left the side of a rabbi. A teacher, if you're under the tutelage of a teacher, then your goal is to know what they know. If you're a disciple, the goal is to be who they are. And Jesus is asking us to be who he is in love. And so, the best compliment that a disciple could have with a rabbi is that he walked in the dust of his master. He walked in the dust. He walked that close so he could hear conversations, so that he was able to talk. He could almost read his thoughts. That he was literally walking in the dust of the rabbi. Might that be your yearning? To walk in the dust of Jesus. To walk in the dust of Jesus. And not to be pulled down by all the circumstances of your life. When I was in Seattle visiting, we went to Pike's Fish Market. And there was a great big barrel of crabs. There was no lid. And I wondered, how do those crabs not get out? And then I watched. As soon as a crab would climb over and he'd start to climb out of the barrel, all the other crabs would grab a hold of him and pull him back down. So that no crab ever had a chance of escaping, because everyone else would pull him back down. What's pulling you back down from following Jesus? What is it that you need to do this Lent to be very focused, very directed, that I will follow Jesus? You know, Pavarotti, as he was going to school, he actually went to school to be a teacher. And then he took music lessons and he found out he had this gift. And he really wasn't sure after high school what to do. And so he went to his father, who was very wise, and he said, you know, Dad, I can be a teacher or I could go into music. And teaching just seems like it's probably safer. It probably has more security. And his father said this. He said, son, if you try to sit on two chairs, you'll fall between them. Friends, I don't know how else to tell you, but if you're trying to sit on two chairs, following Jesus and following yourself, following Jesus, following the world, following Jesus and following your career, following Jesus, following someone else, you are going to fall between those two chairs. There's only one way, and that is to say, God, I'm so thankful for your love over my life. And I know there's no better place than for me to be in the hollow of your hand and to follow you. Will you pray with me? Oh God, as we sit before you this morning, there is nothing hidden from you. You know our stuff. You know where we sit, one chair or the other, or precariously perched between two. And so will we declare today, Lord, for those of us who do not have a relationship with you, we say we want to follow you. We want to accept your overwhelming love on our lives. We want to get to know you and know love. For those of us, Lord, that are dancing with the ways of the world, sure, we want to follow you. We want to look like Christ followers, but we really don't want the sacrifice or the risk that goes with us. Oh God. Oh God. Come into our hearts and our minds and give us peace and determination that there's no better place to be, no better and bigger joy to have than to follow you wherever you lead us. In your name we pray, oh God. Amen.